So, the Dutch Grand Prix, a race that some people say is very dull and it shouldn't be on the calendar, but I think today it was pretty entertaining, at least from my point of view anyway. And with that in mind, here are 5 things that we learned from the 2024 Dutch Grand Prix. So, right from the start, Lando Norris obviously on pole position after an incredible qualifying lap yesterday, getting on pole by 3.5 tenths ahead of Max Verstappen. But Lando again gets off to a poor start. It was a repeat of what happened at the Spanish Grand Prix earlier this season. Off to a poor start, didn't really get the revs perfectly in there. I know that McLaren have been saying that they have, the reasons why they consistently lose places at the start, but it happened again. They've obviously not been able to address whatever issue was afflicting that. Max Verstappen powered into the lead, and you just got the sinking feeling. You just thought, here we go again, another win for Max Verstappen, which I know some people obviously want because, he's the home driver at the end of the day, but also at the end of the day, I want to see a championship fight. I want to see that battle getting a bit closer. But Lando Norris, I just basically proved that I needn't and worried about it. He got past Max about 20 or so laps, maybe a little less, 20 or so laps into the race. Max complaining about tyre wear, not having enough grip, and that really did show because in the end, Lando absolutely dominated this race. By over 22 seconds he won this by, which is something approaching a third of a lap around Zandvoort. He absolutely bossed this. The points gap is down to 70 points. I mean, it's still a huge ask for Lando to even take that into the final round of the season in Abu Dhabi. But at least he's won today, his second Grand Prix win of the season, his second Grand Prix win in his career as well. Another win for McLaren. I will give a mention as well. I mean, I put this one as my last thing to talk about, but I'll put it as the second one. The Constructors' Championship, though, is looking a lot more close. Just down to 30 points now between Red Bull and McLaren. Oscar Piastri getting a relatively solid P4. He was challenging Charles Leclerc for P3, more on that very soon. Sergio Perez, P6. I mean, started in P5, ended up P6. I'd have to say that's a bit disappointing, to be honest. Not the best race for him. Not the worst race either, but, compared to his teammate, it's a bit of a letdown, really, unfortunately. But that's the difference between the two drivers in terms of quality, really. That, you got one of the best ever, arguably, Max Verstappen, and a guy that is a good racer on his day, but is nowhere near the kind of talent or the consistent talent that Max is in Sergio Perez. So I want to mention Sir Lewis Hamilton next as well. Now, he started in P14 because of his grid penalty, had a poor qualifying, got a grid penalty to kind of compound all that. I've done a video explaining why he got a grid penalty. Some of the Hamilton fans have been on that, saying that he should never have got a penalty. I respectfully disagree with that. He absolutely should have got a penalty for it. Slam dunk, in my opinion. And the stewards also thought that too. I don't think this is some grand conspiracy against the guy, unlike some people do believe. People see that and they latch onto him. Anyway, the actual race this time, I think he had a good race, to be honest. The soft tyres in the first stint really worked wonders for him. He got up to P9 by the end of the first stint, ended up in P8, just a few seconds behind his teammate as well as bolting on the soft tyres in the latter stages of the race, trying to get the fastest lap. I believe that actually did go to Lando Norris in the end, though, with his final lap of the race, just showing how dominant he was today. But yeah, a good race in the end for Sir Lewis. It is not where he wants to be, but given where he started, it could have been a lot worse. Ferrari's strategy actually worked wonders for once. Charles Leclerc doing an incredible job, and the pit strategy working wonders to get him into P3, get a surprise podium. And if I'm being totally honest for Charles Leclerc, I did not see that coming today. Oscar Piastri did put Charles Leclerc under pressure in the latter stages of the race because Leclerc had to pit early and had the undercut. Unfortunately, that meant that he had less grip on his tyres, but despite that, Piastri could not get past, and Piastri ended up in P4. P3 for a great day for Ferrari with that. Carlos Sainz as well was putting in some great overtakes. I think he was P5 in the end, unless I'm very much mistaken, but I think he was up there in the end with that. And the last thing I want to talk about as well is that Gasly does so well around Zandvoort. He could have easily got P7, P8 today, didn't quite have the pace in the end. Up to P9, it's 2 points. I mean, it's not gonna really shake up the order. There's still a long way Alpine behind Haas in the constructors battle, but at the end of the day, it's 2 points. He's shown that there is pace in that car. He's not podium like he managed last year, but at the end of the day, solid solid points finish for him with P9. And we move on to Monza. We have the Italian Grand Prix coming up next week, and of course we'll be here to preview all the action. The usual preview videos will be going out throughout this week, as well as doing reaction videos to Friday practice, qualifying, and the race on Sunday too. So yeah, stay tuned for all of that, guys. There'll be much more content coming your way here on the F1Chronicle.com. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell as well for many more videos just like this.